amazing. Yes. All praises, all praises, all praises, all praises to the Most High, to our divine Creator. Yes, all praises. Wow. We give thanks and praise to the divine source, the divine Creator. I'm eternally grateful for all that is being done. I am eternally grateful for my space. I'm eternally grateful for the ability to evolve in the midst in this awakening. I am eternally grateful that we don't have to be stuck into traditions of man and religion and doctrines of man. I'm eternally grateful that all that we say, we do, who we are, the essence of our life is no longer in the hands of anyone other than ourselves. And so for that, I'm eternally grateful. So as you see, or as it appears, there has been a name change to this page. And the name change is the transitioning table. As you know, last year and the year before, it should be 2021, was when I really started. No, actually, I started a transitioning table before I left the Bahamas. So the transitioning table has been around since I think 2018 or 2019, anyhow. And in transitioning from the Bahamas to America, then from America here to Kenya, to be exact, the transitioning was continuously taking place. I had several people, as you would have known, I had several people on the transitioning table. And with having them on the transitioning table, talking about their transition from America to the continent was one, from from Christianity to Bantu is the other. There are many transitions that is taking place in this awakening. And for me, I'm eternally grateful that in it, you don't become dogmatic. There are many messages that I have been given by the Most High to give to His people in this time and in this season. And if anybody has paid attention to the messages, they will see that we have been evolving over time. We've been evolving from one aspect of our lives to another aspect of our lives, which is very good. The other aspect of it is, even in the evolving aspect of, sorry about that. In the evolving, it comes with a change of mind, our mindset. Remember, Christianity, Muslim, Islam, all of them had us with a one mindset, one focus, and which was not good when we think about it, because when you have a one-track mind and think that the Most High only deals with us from one perspective, then we miss the whole. We missed the whole thing. And so today, I was really trying to postpone and put off restructuring this channel. But only for so long you can delay and procrastinate and put things off until you are pressed to do what you've been commissioned and commanded to. And I've been seeing so many different things. The Most High has been showing me so many different things, but also um, dealing with my own personal life, evolving and understanding this journey that I am on, and all of the information that is being downloaded, and all the information that has been given, and all the information that has kept me obedient and focused and faithful. And one of the things, I think I did a video on it, I'm not sure. But we hear it all the time. The only thing that is consistent is change. Yeah. No matter where we are, where we go, what we do, change is inevitable. I know many may click in and click out because they don't see me with my hair wrap, and they see me got braids now inside my head and all that different crazy stuff. Whatever reason, they may choose to click in, see my apparel, see my head, and then they decide to click out. That's fine. But whoever this video needs to find, it will find them. I for and foremost to say a heartfelt what you call it, thank you to our Nabi Jonathan. You know, his consistency, his love for the Most High's people. He is well. His family is well. He is doing well. He always sends his regards and his love for the people. But right now, he's at a different phase and stage of his life, which is he's dealing with family now. And family is important. You must take time to restructure your life. This is what transitioning is all about. He's transitioning from being a single man to being a married man to being a father. And so we must take time out to restructure in our transitioning. So a lot of times when we don't see people doing certain things, we have to know that they're in the midst of a transition. And when the transition is finished, then they will be able to come out and say, hey, I'm here. This is what was going on. 1, 2, 3 things was happening in my life, if they choose to share or not. Other than that, if they choose not to, we must respect people's privacy. And that is a must. And so I come to talk to you about evolving, the ability to evolve in this awakening. And one of the things I find that is very hard for our people to do is to evolve, to get out of that place of stagnation, to get out of that place of tradition. My pastor say, my apostle say, my bishop say, my Nabi say, and to develop a relationship themselves. And this is my biggest concern, even in this awakening, is people developing relationships for themselves with the Most High. Getting out of having to hold on to somebody's gown tail, having to hold on to somebody's philosophy or doctrine, and really developing a relationship for yourself. It is important. If you do not develop a relationship for yourself, you will be disappointed every time something happens. But when you develop a relationship for yourself with the Most High, when things happen and transpire, there will be no disappointment. There'll be no disappointment, because our disappointment comes in when our trust is in one particular person instead of the Most High. Our disappointment comes because of our expectation. That's how our disappointment comes. But if you are awoke, you know the truth. You've been given the foundation of the truth. Evolving should be an everyday occurrence in your life. You should be seeking the Most High on a daily basis on the next. You're supposed to be living in the now, right now, the here and now, because yesterday is gone. You cannot take back what happened yesterday. You can't take back the experiences of yesterday. You cannot take back the broken expectations of yesterday. You cannot take back the failures or the setbacks or the delays of yesterday, but you can live today. Yesterday and is the beginning of a today. And you cannot live in tomorrow because tomorrow we don't know. It's future tense. We can plan for it, but we cannot live in tomorrow, but we can live in today. We can live in the now, right now. We can evolve today. I'm not the same person I was at 12 midnight. I'm not the same person I was at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. I am a totally different person now. What time is it here in Kenya? It is 1:05. So I'm a totally different person at this time than I was at 1 o'clock, at 12:55. So we must continuously to evolve. And we cannot afford to allow ourselves to become stagnated uh, by someone else or something else because they are not where you're at, or you was following them and now they're doing something else, or they said something else, and all these different things happen. That should not make you become stagnated. You take it as a lesson learned. What is it I need to learn from this? What is it I need to learn from that, that I may become a better person, a better version of myself, more so than I um, becoming stagnated. I don't want to do this no more. I throw in the towel. I'm not going to go here. I'm not going to say this. Because someone else failed at it, or somebody else disappoints you at it, or somebody else make a mockery of it, or whatever have you. Your walk, your evolving is personal. And this is what the transitioning table is now all about. The transitioning table is all about us transitioning in whatever areas of our lives we have to transition. We have to evolve. We have to become the difference. We have to become the light in the midst of the darkness. We have to become the voice of reason. We have to become the evidence that change is possible, that success is possible in the midst of the darkness and the gross darkness that is going on. It is possible to live in your own world, your own utopia, your own peace, in spite of chaos going on all around you, in spite of wars and rumors of wars and all the other things that is happening. It is okay to evolve in the midst of this awakening to a better you. It is okay to evolve in this awakening and shut out the chatter and the voices of those around you, and this group and that group and the other group. It's okay to find you in the midst of it and be okay with you and your family being isolated, being rejected, being cast aside, being talked about, lied on, lambasted, whatever it is. It's okay. Even if you're by yourself, you're not married yet, you're still a single person in the midst of this awakening. It's okay to evolve by yourself until that mate comes. Transitioning is never easy. From whatever stage it is, from being married to being single, from being single to being married, from being in Christianity to now coming into, whether it's the Bantu awakening, from transitioning from Christianity to Hebrew, from Hebrew to Islam, whatever transition you find yourself in right now, it's not going to be easy. But the ability to evolve in this awakening is important. You must have that tenacity, that resilience, that zeal, that oomph, to be able to walk away from anything and everything that would cost your peace, that will cost your relationship with the Most High, with the divine creator, the source of our lives. I came across some information the other day, and I want to share it with you for a brief moment. And it's nothing, you could go and I share information based on, so you can go and do the research yourself. And there's this gentleman, and he was sharing some information about slavery, and A majority of us, the majority of us in this awakening especially, only know about the 1619 ship from Angola to Virginia. That's what 99.999% of us only know about that 1619 ship. That's the first ship that left Africa with slaves. But none of us ever dive deeper. And so sometimes when we don't dive deeper, you know what happens? The Most High, the divine creator, would make a way for information to come across your desk, to come across your Facebook, to come across your Twitter, come across your TikTok, whichever way information need to get to us, it will get to us. And why I say that? Because now here's this information about slaves that was in America in 1526. Let's do the maths. Let me see. 1619 take away 1526. 93 years. 93 years. Salama, salama, much love. 93 years before Angola, before Virginia. 93 years. And that's why I say we have to evolve in this awakening. We cannot be stuck on the first set of information that we got and we feel like that's golden, that's it, that's a wrap. Just a matter of fact, just how we was in Christianity, we was dogmatic about Christianity, dogmatic about Islam, dogmatic about Muslim, dogmatic about Hebrew. We became dogmatic about this awakening. And we became dogmatic that the first ship that left Africa with slaves to America was 1619, to 400 years. But there was a set of slaves that was in America in 1526. And the area that they were in, you could do the research. I don't have the full details in it. I don't. But 1526, South Carolina. South Carolina. Check the slaves that were in South Carolina. 93 years, almost 100 years before 1619. You can imagine? So the misinformation, you all remember, if you go back to some of my videos, I keep on saying anything that is written in English is subject to be contaminated with lies. I said it time and time again. Let's not get caught up in the dogma in this awakening. And so that's why the Most High said, we have to have the ability to evolve in this awakening. We have to have the ability to make adjustments, to make changes. That's what growth is all about. Think about it. When we were born, a lot of us, me, I'm not the baby I was 50 plus years ago. I'm not that baby. I'm 50 plus. Could you believe it? Yes. And so I'm not that baby that I was 50 plus years ago. So there had to be some growth taking place from being born into this world to becoming, quote unquote, 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year, 2 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30, 35, 40, 50, and now beyond. So there had to be some growth. There had to be some evolving. So when we're thinking about evolving, or they call it evolution, we got to think beyond the information that they give us. This is what evolving is all about. Evolving is all about growing in wisdom, in knowledge, not just in stature, growing and gathering information and not just being dogma. Because let me tell you something, I keep on saying this also. All of us have a part of the the puzzle. The Muslims have a part of the puzzle. Christianity have a part of the puzzle. The Buddha have the part of the puzzle. The Scientology have everybody have a piece of information. Nobody have the whole thing. Even in this awakening with the Bantus, I learn and I'm learning. Every tribe has their creation story. You go to the Merus and you go to the Kikuyus and you go to the Kambas and you go to the even to the Maasais and you go to all these people. They have their own creation story, where they came from. And it makes me to understand that same thing that they put inside the script, which says, we are in this world, but we are not of this world. Yeah, not bad. We are in this world, but we're not of this world. What are they telling us? What little droppings they were leaving? Because when you look at every creation story from every tribe, every clan, every direction, you go down to Zulu, you go down to Tulsa, you go down to you go across to Cameroon, you go across to the various places. Everybody has a creation story, but we must be able to evolve. We must be able to take a little bit of this and take a little bit of that and make the adjustments that needs to be made. We must. So evolving takes maturity also. It takes maturity for you to realize and acknowledge the direction that you was going in. You know, like some of us, when we find that we're going in the wrong direction, instead of turning around because we're too embarrassed to turn around, we continue in that same direction, going in the wrong direction until finally we see the petrol light, the gas light blinking, and we need to find a service station. And then when you find the first service station, you ask the person there, they tell you, no, you got to turn around and go back in the next direction. So sometimes in evolving, we must acknowledge we're going in the wrong direction, or we have to acknowledge that some of the information that we were hand given needs some adjustments and correcting. Yeah. So I would encourage you to look into 1526 and the slaves that were inhabiting what is known as South Carolina. Before 93 years before 1619, Virginia slaves. Look into it. It doesn't hurt to look into it and see what you find. And come, let's reason together. Let's share. Let's share. That's what our transitioning table is all about. Transitioning from one to the next. Being able to evolve. So yes, there has been a change to my channel. I took down the Kimpavita. Yes, I still identify, but I realize it's time to evolve beyond just being Kimpavita. Yes, I'm still a warrior queen. Yes, because why? That's who I am. I'm not a warrior in terms of fighting against someone, but as a system, is a spiritual system that hovers over our people. That every time our people try to evolve, there's something pushing them back down. Something pushing them. Every time they try to break through that glass ceiling, there's some pressure pushing them back into the old ways of belief and thinking, causing them to not be able to fully evolve into the fullness of who they are. Like put inside that script there again, the creation is groaning for the manifestation, for us to come into the fullness of who we are, to give commands, to take charge. And a friend of mine's, we were several of us, we were walking the beach, and for me, I love the water. I love the water, and they was like, listen, according to the scripture, we were given what? Dominion over the land. The land is where we were created, but we was given dominion over the fish of the sea, but not over the sea. Ah, the fowls of the air, but not the air. Information, right? But then one day I was sitting out there on the beach meditating, and they said they separated the waters from the waters, the land from the water. So when you look at the ocean, when you look at the sea, there are parts inside there that no man has ever gone. Just like the earth, just like land, there's some places in the Amazon that man has not gone. There's some places in Congo man has not gone. There's some places here in Kenya that man has not gone. Unexplored, uncharted territories, uncontaminated by the footprints, the DNA of human flesh. And so, as we evolve, there are information that we have not even looked into as yet. So let us not become one-sided in the Creator and think that, yes, I still, but I still believe that there's still more. There's some information that I've come across that I dare not to speak on YouTube. If I do a one-on-one, I will talk about it. But in terms of doing that information publicly, I know I would be marked for attack and marked for what you call it, marked for death. And so some things you have to be wise, use wisdom in some information. You have to use wisdom in giving up. You cannot just give information or just because you get the information. My mom used to say, a wise head keep a still tongue, keep a wise head. A wise head keep a still tongue. Any which way, and so that's what we have to do. So there's a lot of information out there, family. There's a lot for us to evolve into, for us to awaken into, a lot for us to learn. But this particular information, we've been sold that 1619 was the first slave ship that went from Angola to America. But as we also know, our people was in America long before 1619. Our people explored everywhere. Our people charted the territories. Our people were in all nations. It was us first and then the Caucasians. So who were these slaves that was in the Americas in 1526 in South Carolina before 1619 in Virginia? Who were they? I'm still doing the research, but I just want to put it out there for you, family, as the transitioning table will now be coming before you with information in terms of transitioning, being stagnated and only knowing that you're Bantu and that's it. Being stagnated and only knowing. It's also I'll be talking about coming home. There's another thing, coming home, especially here in Kenya. I'm a little bit more, I could deal with Kenya. Tanzania, who probably could help you there, people inside Sierra Leone, people inside Zambia and Gambia and all the various places who, if these are the places you want to go, then they will go. They will be able to give you better information based on their experience. Now, somebody who's been here for only 1 or 2 days and then comparing Kenya with Rwanda or comparing Kenya with Tanzania, it will do an unfair job because you have to be in either countries for at least more than 2 weeks more than 2 weeks to give full synopsis of both countries, especially because Kenya and all of these countries, all of them are made up than more than one region. You have West Kenya, you have East Kenya, you have North Kenya, you have South Kenya, and you have Central Kenya. Now, what you find in the coast is more Muslims than you would find in the city. You see? So the coastal area is really being infiltrated by the Muslim. All the whole coast, the south coast and the north coast. So from up here in Malindi to Lamu, going all the way down to the borders of Tanzania, all of it has been infiltrated by the Muslim. So you will have more mosques and all that different stuff here. But even when you go into the city of Nairobi, you'll find a mosque there too. But you will not use more Christian and a Roman Catholic than you will find a Muslim inside the city. You see? So it's up to us in our transitioning, how we handle it, the kind of environment we create for ourselves. And that's the other thing I will talk to you next week about creating an environment that's conducive for you and not being moved by the negative around you, not being affected by the things that is occurring around you because you create to live. I love you, family. I'm eternally grateful for each and every one of you. I trust that you're all doing well in your various places and that the Most High, the Divine Creator, the source of our life, is truly ordering and directing you to experience the fullness of life that this earth is a classroom to teach us and for us to gain experience for when we leave this world to go to the next. I love you, family. So, in saying that, let us clothe ourselves with the ability to evolve in the midst of this awakening. It's very important for us to be able to evolve in the midst of this awakening. Do not put your, what I should say, your future in somebody else's hand. Don't do that. You take control of your destiny yourself. Take control of your destiny yourself. Do not leave it in the hands of someone else. That's important. So evolve in the midst